God damn it, man. Race director is also glitched. That's brilliant. That is impressive. That is unbelievably impressive how broken this game is. We've gone again, by the way. I apologise for the little bit. Oh no, we're actually still in the safety car. I thought we were gone because it didn't pop up with anything. Oh, going again. Apologies to everyone because we have to go again. Because the race... I was not aware that the race director was also glitched. That is actually impressive, how glitched this game is. I think we might be coming in now. Yeah, by the looks of how Reed is backing up, we should be going now. It looks like Hushrab was not at fault, and here we go, Reed setting it off! Let's see if JP has caught Jedler sleeping. By the looks of it, he has. That gap is only increasing. Jedler not able to close it in into turn one. Oh, he's off! He's off! And he's into the wall! He's off at the final corner into the wall. He dropped quite a number of places. He didn't even get through the start of the safety car restart. And he's off the track and off the last place. Oh my god, Tano and Naismith are going at it now. Looks like behind him, Jack and the Red Bull Plough, both of those going at it. Plough trying with a switchback. He's probably going to get after mistake for the McLaren. Perez gone past Roman at the same time. And everyone is flying all over the place. Here's Jordan going down the inside of Olaf here. He's not, he's decided to better against it. Rayan is not too far behind, and they go through Warfield now. Here comes the Aston Martin, they'll attempt again. He's going to go around the long way on the Ferrari this time. Naismith's got a track limit penalty. And the Aston Martin has gone wide, but has got the position as well. Maybe Tano on Rayan back here as well. As we see him go through Magna Beckett, it is certainly a too wide Magna Beckett now. As it's Tano and Olaf. Oh, Tano got such a good exit, he put him up beside the Ferrari. And now down the straight, into Stowe we go. Maybe the AlphaTauri's going to have the Ferrari down the long way. He's got to try it. He's in front before the corner hits. But Olaf's got the inside line. But not the position as Tano's going to come across. Cover right up. And Rayan's going to go down the inside of Olaf now. And these two have a lot of history. And Naismith is actually going to try and peek his way into this fight, and so is Plough. And they're going to go through into turn one. Four around the back of each other. Paragon past Tushrav. And it looked like the battle is going to still continue here. Ferrari and Red Bull. Rayan past Olaf. They're going to go too wide here into turn four. Maybe an incident. Maybe not. We've seen it come together in every race that I've done so far. Maybe this one's different. These two driving has been pretty nice between them. It's unusual. I see that. Hushraf's off. Hushraf's off. And the championship leaders race has gone from bad to worse. His closest competitor at the moment in first place. Oh, Rayan hits the back of the Ferrari trying to go down the inside. He's going to get the inside now. And get past Olaf. That's a Plough this time. Rayan cleared ahead. Tano looking for a way round Jordan through that sector pretty much. Rayan and Olaf had a fight earlier. Plough and Olaf had a fight through the second sector. And It looks like Olaf might be under fire from a McLaren next. Tano's still closing in on Jordan. And here comes Tano down the inside. He's made an aggressive move. He's made the dive. He knew what he was doing. He's got the position as well. That is class driving from the AlphaTauri. Jordan's going to try and hang on the back of him now and hold, just so he can hold on. Reed sets the fastest lap of the entire race. There's a fight going on about 4 ways back here. Few people come into the pits. Matteo, Ikriti, Hushrav. So is Naismith actually. Jedler's going to move up a few positions as they do so. Pera going the long way around the McLaren. They've had a contact so far in this race before. They're going to go too wide into turn 4. And it looked like Pera might be ahead. Pera is ahead of the McLaren. There's a switchback attempt there by the McLaren, but he's just not got enough space to make it stick. Everyone seems to be out of that second gap, albeit DRS is not really a fig at the moment because the track is just so wet. Might go to intermediates at some point in this race because the rain looks like it's lightened off. But as it is, the championship has got a little bit closer. Let's see if Pera is able to make anything work on Olaf. Olaf goes incredibly wide. Now they've opened the door for the McLaren on him as well. They're going to go too wide through Maggott and Beckett, and that's never a good idea. But it's going to work out just fine as Olaf gets back in front of the McLaren. But this time he's going to be under fire as soon as he goes into the straight because the McLaren had such a great exit. And then down into Stowe with the inside line. There should be easy work for the McLaren. Oh, never mind. Never mind. There might have been a bit of contact there, but I'm not entirely sure. But Jack has somehow survived that crash. And he's in a wall now. As Roman is closing in on Olaf. We've got Tano on Josh at the beginning of for the fight for the bottom step of the podium. Tano down the inside, got deep into the corner, and they're going to fight it out properly now. Switchback attempt from Josh. He's going to get that. Oh, he backs out of it instead. Never mind, he backed out of it. I'm not sure why he would. He had a good enough exit. He could have put himself alongside. And Pera gets 3 seconds worth of time penalties. Looks like Plow's had a mistake. Yeah, Plow's had a mistake there. He's dropped to 10th. The back of the Ferrari and the Aston Martin, not the Aston Martin, the Alfa Romeo. Sorry, looking at the Aston Martin trying to fight Riyadh at the same time, but that's why I said what I said. It looked like Roman got past Olaf. Olaf is not enjoying his time here. What started so well has ended so poorly. Currently 9th. Olaf looked to make advantage of Roman's mistake going very wide through Cops. And wasn't able to do it. Is within 6 tenths of a second now though. A good exit and he might be able to have a go at him. He does not get that good exit though, and now he's outside of the second mark. And Tano is also well square. Tano is closing in on Sam. Tano looking to try and catch up with Reed essentially, but Reed with a 5.5 second gap has got a lot of wiggle room, a lot of room for error. Here we go. Is Perry going to make something work on Ryan? He doesn't. He sits back, possibly bides himself some time to make it work, and here he goes down the inside into turn 3. Down the inside he goes. It looks like he's got a better exit, but the inside line is with Ryan. And it looks like the better exit on turn 4 also goes to the Aston Martin, and there goes the position as well. 6th place for Pera. It looks like Tano got Sam in the meantime. And Tano up to second, 5.7 seconds now, splits the two. Splits first and second. Only a couple of cars in that in that second gap. in realistic overtaking range. Sam's still hanging on to the back of Tano, but for how long? And Rain hanging on to the back of Pera, as Pera's starting to make his way through the pack. Tano, 3 seconds worth of penalties, and what was a 5.7 second gap for Reed has just been extended to an 8.7 second gap. And well, you would essentially say that's game over. Without a mistake from Reed, he should take this one to the bank pretty easily. Josh in fourth. There's a few people I would not have expected to be up here that are actually up here. Which is, goes to the same at the back as well. Jedler and Hushrav not having good days. Bearing in mind they're 1, 2 and Reed's 3 at this point in time. Until the end of the race, and then I'm pretty sure Reed's going to take second place off Jedler. Josh now within a second of Sam, as his things is slowly dropping off. And wow, there's still a few people going to gather each other, but this race has seemingly separated a little bit. We're only on lap 9. I only had 2 DNS so far. When we got to this point in the sprint race, well, what? There was like 8 DNS. Here comes the 2 Aston Martins fighting this time. Going through Maggott and Beckett between each other about 0.4 of a second. It is looking like we might go wetter. We might go intermediate tyres eventually. It is still raining, but it's not particularly heavy. As we look at the Aston Martin down into Stowe, and Pera's got Jordan. Pera looked the quicker of the two. Pera looked like he's on fire right now. And well, Jordan 0.8 of a second already cleared. Pera's already cleared Jordan by a second and a bit. Pera sets the fastest lap of the entire race, so that goes back. That backs up my claim that he's on complete fire right now. And oh, we've got fighting at the back. Let's have a look at Jedler and Jack. They're going to go at it into Magnus and Beckett. It looked like Jedler's gone onto the intermediate tyre, so we're going to take a look and see if people have done that now. It looked like there's a few people. Naismith decided they were not quite ready for the wet, for the intermediates, went on to another set of wets. But it looks like we are ready for the intermediates, because there's the fastest lap of the race on that tyre. And I think people are going to have to start coming in eventually, so Plough might be in a position to gain quite a number of places. Pit stop here at Silverstone not particularly short. So if he can close that gap in for a couple of laps before people pit, then he's going to be in a very good position. Jack is closing in. 3 seconds extra goes to Jordan for track limits, as he's losing major ground on Pera at the moment, who isn't exactly gaining on Josh. That gap is closing in between Plough and Olav, and it's closing in rather rapidly. And he's certainly going to get Olav. Whether or not he gets anyone else on the pit stop, his intro would be interesting to see. In comes Sam now. In comes Josh, and they very much recognise the point that it's probably intermediate time. And while I say that, Tano sets the fastest lap of the race so far on the wet tyre. Here comes Jack on Icrizi in the Ferrari. Here we go, down the inside. He's got him before we even head up the straight into Corps. And, well then. 3 went into onto the intermediate tyre there. Where is Plough coming out? He's going to come through the Vale chicane now. Olav went on to intermediate tyres as well. Who is he getting out in front of? Sam is going to be out in front of him. It looks like Josh is going to stay out in front of him as well. Is he going to get Ray? And down the straight he comes. Looks like Ray has just started accelerating now as they come through turn 1. And it looks like Plow's got Rayan. He has. But Rayan's got fresher tyres. There's a couple of positions gained there for Plow though. And his race all of a sudden looked a little bit better than it did before. It looks like pit there for Matteo. He dropped all the way down, and well, as soon as his race looks better than it did before, he gets 3 seconds worth of penalties for track limits. So maybe I was a bit too quick to jump that gun. Not entirely sure. But everyone seems to be separated quite a distance now. In comes Jordan. Perez stays out. Roman's going to stay out as well. 3 seconds there for Prix in the Ferrari. And the two at the front are going to stay out as well. Whether or not they decide to come in soon enough for the intermediate tyres, we're about to find out. Sam on the intermediate tyre, sliding a little bit. But is he going to get in front of Jordan here? You'd think so. You think Jordan's probably going to come out in the same place as Plow, probably. There's 3 seconds extra for Matteo, whose race has gone from bad to worse. Jordan is just come into his pit stop, I think. Oh no, he's coming out of the pit stop now, actually. Here comes Jenga. When Josh goes past, is he going to get out? Is Plow getting out in front of him? He is! And Plow's going to get another position. Plow is flying at the moment, and Rayan lost 2.5 seconds in that lap, if not more. As Plow is absolutely flying, gained another position. Taking advantage of people pitting onto those intermediate tyres. And, well, Hushrav's moved up to 11th in the process of these pit stops as well. Hushrav is closing in on Olav. Olav's race has just been one to forget, I think. You see them both coming down into the beginning of the second sector now. Oh, there's a slide there from Olav, and I think that might open the door for Hushrav here. As they are going through up the straight now. Maybe it actually hasn't opened the door yet. The gap is coming down considerably though. The AlphaTauri clothing in like a house on fire. Maybe into Magazine Beckett. Maybe even before then. He's got him before. They're going to go too wide. Olav squeezed a little bit as Hushrav looked to take his line. And Hushrav up into 10th. We still have a couple of people yet to pit. Reed, Tano, Pera and Roman all stay out. And that is, but you can tell they're losing time. The time that they've got to those intermediate tyres is coming down. It was about 19 seconds a lap or two ago. And that is coming down to the point where I think Sam might have undercut everyone going onto those tyres. It is a possibility. He might be too far back. Pera and Roman might be just too far back on the front to even make sense of where he's going to be. 3 second time penalty is added on to Matteo's race. And it's still coming down that gap, but it's not coming down as quickly as you would have thought it would. Naismith's still on the wet tyres. Everyone, well, half the grid's got penalties now. Yeah, it is exactly half the grid from when we started. And, well, there's a couple of people coming into pit. Right, so I think we're about to see where everybody's going to come out. Tano, I think Roman is coming in as well. It looks like Josh just got 3 seconds for track limit. Well, Reed's come out of his pit stop, so he is certainly in the lead. As he was before, the gap isn't going to come down, but whereabouts is Sam looking in all of this? Where is he going to be able to come? I don't think he's going to be able to come around before Reed and Tano start accelerating, as you just seen Reed has just started accelerating out the pits. There goes Tano as well. Pera currently was in third, but Sam's going to go by. Is anyone else going to go by? Is Pera's just started accelerating now? And it looks like Josh has gone by. He has. And it looks like after all the pit stops, Plow's actually going to come out 6th from, I think he was 10th. There's a fastest lap there for Hushraff on 8 lap old intermediate tyres. Pera's going to close in on Josh pretty quickly. Or you would expect him to, as he'd come out less than a second behind on his pit stop. Whether or not he can get those tyres warmed up quicker. But as the front is set up, it didn't change an awful lot. But in the middle of the field, you've got Plow, who's, well, at the moment, masterclass this. But the penalties sit there right now for the top 7 of the top 8, sorry, minus Reed, who has one point in time had a 8.5 second gap. It currently sits at 5.5 seconds. That comes as Tado is slowly getting closer. Not close enough, and Naismith on those wet tyres is probably regretting his choice now. Perry is closing in on that Alfa Romeo. Maybe he's going to be able to make a move stick. Maybe a podium might be in sight here for Pera. Everyone's come onto the intermediates now. Penalties currently sit 9 seconds for Jordan, 3 seconds for the rest. So outside of Reed, it's realistically every one of the top 8 penalties. Well, every one of the top 6 penalties is definitely null and void. No effect. Jordan and Romans might take effect later in the race. It looks like Pera's closing in on Josh, but he's not able to do an awful lot yet. That exit on that corner is certainly favouring that Aston Martin though. He's going to fly here down the straight, possibly alongside by the end of the straight. Nope, still too far back. It's about 0.3 of a second, maybe on the inside of a corner here. As we go through the second sector, he goes too deep into the second corner in the second sector, twisty section of here at Silverstone. Yellow flag in sector 2, and Plow, what was a masterclass of a strategy, has been changed by his own mistakes, spins the car, and drops right back to where he was. Here comes Pera. If he gets a good exit here, he's going to get this Alfa Romeo. Is he going to get the good exit though? It looks like he is. He's flying. He's going to be able to get him down into Stowe. And, yep, does it well before the corner actually. And up into 4th place goes Pera. And now he has just over 2 seconds to chase down for a podium spot. 3-second tyre penalty there for Crizzy as he's got up to 6 seconds worth of penalties now. Jedler and Hushraff's day have not been great. Tano just set the fastest lap of the race as a whole. Josh is hanging on to the back of Pera, but Pera is definitely closing in that gap to Sam as he is flying now. Plow on Rayan as well. It looks like we might have a bit of a battle here going on between Matteo and Crizzy. They're going to go too wide into the Bell chicane. 3 more seconds added on to Matteo's time. And he's going to have the inside there for the Bell chicane. And he's made a move stick pretty well. Penalties aren't going to help him out, but he's made the move stick quite nicely. Here comes Plow on the other Red Bull of Rayan. And Rayan not really able to defend an awful lot. As they're coming through the second sector now, and it looks like Matteo has lost that position once again to a Crizzy. And they're going back and forth. It's still close between a number of people here. We're going to actually go back to this battle between Crizzy and Matteo until Jack and Olav come into a fight. It looks like Matteo had the better. Oh, Naismith's out. He's retired in the pits though, so We're not going to get anything from it. Reed sets the fastest lap, followed immediately by Tano as he is closing that gap in. It's 1.9 seconds now. It looks like Jack and Olaf are having a little bit of a fight. Matteo was not able to get him into Magnussen Beckett's. Here comes Jack with his far better exit out of Magnussen Beckett's than the Ferrari and should be able to get the move done before the next corner. Olaf is actually holding on. The yellow flag is sector 1. It's just Naismith coming out the pits, I think. But Jack has got him down the inside. Into the Vale chicane they go. Olaf down the long way. And then down the inside. But Jack's going to hold him off. And Jack's going to get that position. And Perez is now within half a second. Or was for a split second there of getting Sam. But this final spot on the podium, it's 1.2 seconds now between Tano and Reed. And those two are coming closer. As they come through into Magnussen Beckett's now. The penalties are pointless. They're equal on the penalties. Matteo and Ikrizi both flying at the moment. Ikrizi's been spun. I don't know whether that was contact related or just a mistake on his own accord. But that is unfortunate for Ikrizi as it looks like Matteo's lifted off to give it the position back. And Plow's got another 3 seconds as he just cannot seem to keep himself within track limits at the moment. Another fastest lap for Tano. They seem to be flying in at the moment. It's within a quarter of a second now between Perez and Sam, and they're going to go through into lap 18. As you see Josh go very wide through the final corner in the background there. Almost had a bit of a problem. Maybe down the inside into turn 3 here for Perez. Nope, he doesn't look for it. He doesn't go for it in turn 4 either. He's just happy being on the back of this at the moment. Yellow flag is Jack in the McLaren in 12th as Olaf goes on through. I think Jack might have to pit soon enough. But he's definitely had a bit of a problem there. We'll hold off for a minute as we're still going to still got a battle going on at the back. Hushraf and Rayan as well. As Rayan goes incredibly wide by the looks of it down the Wellington Straight. They're going to go down too wide, down the inside. Hushraf's going to get it. Maybe a switchback attempt here from Rayan. He looks for it. Maybe a second one. No, he's too far back this time. And Hushraf makes his position well known up to 9th. Perez closing in. He's actually losing a little bit of ground on Sam. Tano is definitely closing in though. Perez gets another 3 seconds. And that's probably the worst thing he could have done there. And they go into Stowe. Now he's got to get a move on. He's got to clear Sam quickly if he wants that podium spot. Otherwise he's just going to be settling in for 4th. They're going to go too wide through the Vale chicane. Maybe a little bit of a switchback there. Or attempted switchback from Perez. As he's got to be able to make a move soon enough. But he's not going to be able to there. Into turn 1 possibly. He looks for it but he backs off. Jordan gets another 3 seconds. As he is losing desperate ground at the moment. Perez alongside into turn 3. Down the inside he goes. Maybe he has the McLaren. Maybe the McLaren has the inside line to the following corner. Oh, that's a nice switchback attempt though. Perez down the inside. Is he going to be able to have it? Is he going to hold the position? After that switchback, he's got the better exit. McLaren's still going to fight him tooth and nail. Down the inside they go. And then both come together. This time Perez is worse off. He's got a little bit deep. Not sure what happened there. I think it might have just been the McLaren a little bit too off on the throw. It looked like he got a little bit sideways. A little bit of contact there with Perez as well. But I'm not entirely sure what actually happened there. Here comes Tano. It's another purple sector. As he is flying, but maybe too little too late. It is 7 times to a second between the two of them. Perez and Josh are now just tacked onto the back of Sam. Yellow flag in sector 1. It's a Ferrari again. Ikrizi I'm guessing, still in this fight with Matteo, and that's not ended well for him. We saw another fastest lap there for Reed, immediately followed by another one for Tano. These two going back and forth at the moment within 6/10 now. They're within half a second, actually. Perez right on the back of Sam once again, and they're going to fight each other through turn 3. Maybe Perez going to be able to do something about it this time. We've got an interesting fight for the lead, even though penalties are still going to influence it at the end. Hushraff just set the fastest lap of the race, currently sat in 9th, 2 seconds behind Plow in 8th. He will get him because of 6 seconds penalty that Plow has picked up. And Tano's very close now. Another 5 seconds on penalty. Retired. Then Matteo is retired from the session. And he's out, so we're down 4 on lap 20. Tano is really, really close. A better Exy might be able to have a shot at Reed here. Another one retired in the pits as well. We're down 5. Maybe not too far back here for Tano as he is looking for it. The longer he goes, the less chance he's got of clearing that 3 seconds. And I think he might just have to settle for second of the grid. The second step of the podium as well. Yellow flag sector 1 and 3 just because the game will not retire them in the pits as it should. Well, it was the fastest lap there for Reed again, and immediately beaten by Tano. Tano a little bit too much on the throttle there through turn 2. A little bit, almost taking a little bit of a spin. He is closing in. So is Perra here on Sam. Is he going to be able to do anything? He looked for the inside of turn 3 before. He's going to look to the inside of turn 3 again. But this time, I think Sam learned his lesson, trying to cover off the switchback again. And he's done it much better this time. The lesson has been learned now by the McLaren. Can't do the same thing twice and expect it to work out the same way, I guess. And Perez just going to be hanging behind him for probably another half lap. Unless he can get an extraordinarily good exit from one of these corners and overtake him. Let's have a look at Tano and Reed. 2/10 of a second here. They go through Magnus and Beckett. Is Tano going to be able to do anything here? It looks like the better exit goes to Reed, so there's nothing happening into Stowe. What about Perra and Sam here? They're going to go through the final corner now into the hangar straight. And it looked like the Aston Martin got a far better exit than the McLaren. He's going to try it. Is he going to try it to Stowe? He's too far back by the looks of it. He just decides not to do it. I think the caution is more caution being exercised by Perry this time, and he's going to try and go the long way. And now a switchback on Sam. Is Perry going to be able to do the long way? It looks like a little bit of a squeeze. Tano and Reed here for the lead of the race. Give me a good angle this. It looks like Tano is not going to give me a good angle whatsoever. Tano's going to have to settle for second though, as it looked like multiple switchbacks were attempted there. But Reed's going to be able to hold on. I got an awful camera angle of that fight though. Why is it continuously giving me this camera angle? Stop. I don't want this camera angle. I had an awful camera angle for a fight between two cars. It looked like Tano and Reed are going at it. Continuing on their battle. We're on lap 22 though, so Tano is definitely running out of time. Whether or not that 3-second penalty is going to, well, that 3-second penalty is definitely going to come back to bite him at the end of this. Unless Reed picks one up, and then we're going to have an enticing battle all the way to the finish. And Josh gets 3 seconds there, so that solidifies Perez's position. But there's still a Perez trying to fight for a position on Sam as well. He's got to get past and clear 3 seconds, which is the exact same position we currently sit with the front two. A 3-second time penalty could flip this on its head though. We're on lap 23 now. As the two front runners go through the Vale chicane and up into turn 1. Pera looking for the long way round. Maybe to the switch back to the inside. As he keeps taking a look at that rear of the McLaren. Yellow flag for sector 3. And it's Hushrab! Hushrab's out of the session. And that might be a safety car. It is a safety car. Oh my god, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. And everyone's penalties might just flip once again. Hushrab brings out the safety car in a 13th position finish. It's not what you want to see if you're the championship leader, but he's going to take some solace in the fact that he had such a buffer in the first place. But Reed currently leads this race. Reed also able to control where the safety car comes in. And at the same time, Reed also taking a nice position in the fact that the guy behind him has to beat him by 3 seconds for him to not win this race. Jedler goes on through. Gets another position up into 10th he goes. The gap is going to come in between... Oh, Tano dove into the pits. Oh, and it's 5 seconds for speed into the pit lane. Oh, talk about handing your opponent. Oh, handing the opponent the win. Whether or not this was tactical by Tano to attempt essentially an undercut maybe and a chance to try and make something stick. That 5 seconds has certainly killed him off. Probably going to be wishing he didn't pit. So now it's Reed versus Sam versus Pera. And we're still in the exact same position. The safety car is going to bring everyone together. And we're still going to be in the same position where the guy in second has to beat the guy in first by 3 seconds. Otherwise, the one in first is going to win on penalties, regardless. There's a couple of people with a large amount of penalties, though. 11 seconds for Plough and 15 for Jordan. And some of these penalties are going to come down. I think the safety car might be coming in this lap. Because if I remember right, this game doesn't like safety cars for less than 2 laps from the end of the race. We might not be getting everyone there. We might not get the entire band back together. Yeah, the safety car is coming in this lap, so the top 5 are here. Tano went on to another set of intermediates, I'm assuming. Yep. Olav on to soft. Well, I guess if you've got nothing to lose, you've got nothing to lose. That's definitely not going to work for him, though, as he pits. Are we getting anyone else? No, we are not. We are not getting anyone else on the back of this. So, here we go. 6 cars to the end of the race. But the penalties are going to hand Reed this one. Reed gets to choose when we go back. We're off. It looked like he had a decent gap on Sam, who has an extreme gap to Pera straight off the start of this safety car, who is under fire from his teammate. 4/10 of a second here between Pera and not Pera, Reed and Sam. Looks like Olav there in the little bit in the front is a blue flag, so Olav have been lapped here. And we're going down the Wellington straight now, and it's not particularly good news for everyone behind Reed, as he is probably just going to coast this one to the line now. He has a 3.5 second, nearly a 4 second gap, when you put it that way. And I don't see a way he loses it from here. 14 seconds now is penalties for for Plough. He's only going to lose the singular position for it though. It looked like Tano on Jordan. Jordan a little bit out of sorts. It would have happened because of the penalties anyway, but Tano up to 4th. It looks like Roman might get 4th in the end of this. Maybe Roman steal the podium. We're on lap 25. Tano sets the fastest second sector once again. We've been here before. And Pera just in front, not able to do anything. Goes on the grass this time. Tano goes a bit deep into the corner, trying to go the long way round. And Pera is just not able to... Oh, there goes Tano, deep into the corner. Send that from way back. And Reed sets the fastest lap. Tano sets the fastest lap. As Tano knows he's got to get a move on, but he's not going to be able to get anything other than probably 4th, maybe 5th. It's still 1.3 seconds between Reed and Sam now, and that is definitely game over. Fastest lap to Plough. It's definitely game over for the lead of the race. Reed just going to coast this one to the line now as Tano looking to make some impact. He's going down the inside there. He's going to get switched back by the looks of it. 3 more seconds on Pera's time. And it looks like Tano has just got round the inside of Sam. He isn't going to clear 5 seconds, so it's pointless even bringing that up. And he isn't going to clear enough time to Roman in 5th. He is certainly not on the podium. He will be 4th, but he's not on the podium. Here we go. He's got the gap within a second. But he's too late, too little, too late. And down through Stowe we go. One last time. Up to the Vale chicane. And the Mercedes looked like his lead was in trouble for a bit, but never really in doubt. As he goes around the final corner here at Silverstone in the wet, and Reed is going to take this one home. And Sam, second on the podium. Second on the second step of the podium. Roman's going to take the 3rd step. Pera's penalties is going to kill him off eventually. Tano's going to get 5th. Tano's going to get 4th, sorry. Pera gets 5th. Josh gets 6th. Jordan gets 7th. His penalties are not going to be much of anything. Plough probably going to take 9th. Ren's going to go on to take 8th. And Jack, Jedler and Olaf, the last of the 3 finishers, Olaf a lap down. Jack ending in 10th. It's way too far back. 6 seconds off of Plough, and 6.5 seconds off of Plough in the end. Jedler 11th. And on a day where he could have cut in to that championship lead, he squandered the opportunity and 11th. And that is the end of what we have today. And that's it. That's your podium, lads. Well then, it eventually stopped raining. Not sure that would be the case in Britain, but Reed's the one that comes out on top today, and it's good news for him. Sam gets 2nd, Tano 3rd on the weekend after overall. Roman gets 3rd in the actual race though, and that was quite the race. But with that, I'll end the stream here in a bit.